The tables below represent a linear system of equations. What is the x value of the solution to the system of equations? Okay, keywords, solution. So what is that? More keywords, system of equations. What's that? We've been doing word problems, and in those word problems we had to create two equations, and that made our system. The difference in this problem, I didn't give you equations, I gave you their tables. But you can still see where they meet by looking at the table, meaning you can still see their solution when you look at the table. So where they meet, where they cross, is called the solution, which is here. As I explain number 8, I'm referring back to things I've already talked about person number 1 starting in this spot, person number 2 starting in a different spot, and they were both headed towards this line but going in different directions. And they met up at this point. That's what I mean by where they cross. That's what I am calling the solution. When looking at the two equations graphed, it looks like this. When looking at the two equations and looking at their tables, it looks like this. So the solution is -2, -1. Excuse me. It asks for the x value. The answer is B. That is the x value of the solution of where they cross. Number 9, the table below represent a linear system of equations. What is the solution? One of my answer choices will be the solution. So which answer choice represents the solution to this system? As you see, number 8, they showed the solution. Number 9, it is missing. So let's get the equations. I'm going to try to do this fast because I know you guys are really burnt out on menu 613. So we go to menu 613, control right, -3, 0, control right parentheses, -4, 5. I press enter. It gives me 3 is in, B is 5, so I write the answer so that I have the equation written down. Y equals 3x plus 5. Represents this table. Let's do the next one. Menu 613, control right parentheses, gives me my squiggly lines. I put in my x values, -3, 0. Miss Pierce made a mistake. What's wrong with putting in 0? It is not an x value. So we must put in -1. Control right parentheses, 0, -2. Enter. Enter. It gives me my m as -1. My b is -3. Now I have the two equations, and I'm going to hit Control Dock. I'm going to graph them so that I can find their solution. If you press the up arrow, because you did menu 613, it puts the answer in there for you. So just press enter and it grabs it. Press tab, press up, and it also put the other equation in there for you. So press enter, grabs it. Now let's do menu. Go down to let's analyze the graph because we want an intersection. So menu 64. Enter, enter, enter. It asks for the lower bound. So let's take our mouse pad, touch pad, whatever you want to call it. Go to the left for lower bound. That's what it's referring to, the left. Once your dotted line is on the left side of this, where they cross, point where they cross, click. Now drag over and click. My point, my solution, as you can see, is -2, -1. If you want to move that point so you can see it, I need to put those open hands that you see on top of the point. So let's do that. Done. Click and hold. It closes it. Now move it out of the way into an open space so you can see it. Click, it releases it. We can verify that it is -2, -1. -2, -1. Number 10. What is the y value of the solution to the system of equations shown below? Yes, you should use elimination for this problem. Let's do menu 3-2 just to make it quick. Control Dock, add a calculator, menu 3-2, I'm using x and y, 2x minus 3y equals -16. 3x plus 3y equals 21. And let's press enter. Gives me 1/6. Now I know you see brackets, but when you write the solution, you need parentheses. Always make sure the x is first and the y is second. The x is first, the y is second. That means these numbers were in order. 1/6. I want the y value, so the answer is 6. Don't always assume that the calculator gives you y second. It depends on the way you set it up. And when we set it up, we had x first and y second, so yes, our second number will be y, which is 6. Number 11. The graph below represents a system of equations. Which of the following systems of equations is represented by the graph? Let's solve these for y. Letter A. 2x minus y equals -5. Minus 2x on both sides. Bring down -y, -2x minus 5. Divide by -1. Y equals positive 2x plus 5. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Negative divided by negative is a positive. 3x plus y equals -1. Subtract 3x on both sides. And y equals -3x minus 1. Now, let's look at these two and see if they match the graph. For this, b is 5. Let's see if that happens. B is 5. Yes. 2 is the slope. That needs to be 2 over 1. So up 2 and over 1. That happens. Let's look at this one. B is -1. B is +1. That is not the answer. I need -1. It's at +1. Now, you need to solve the rest of these for y and check the graph just like I did. But for short, I'm going to use the calculator so that I can finish this problem and move on. Control Dock to get a new screen. Let's add a graph. I want to put these equations in here. Today in class, one of my students asked, can I just start typing 2x and y and -5 in here? I explained the following. If the equal sign was on the left, you could type in -3x minus 1. See how the equal sign is on the left? Well, over here the equal sign is not on the left, it's on the right. It's not over here, it's on the right. So you can't put this in here. What do? Menu, graph, the entry and edit, 3, 2 for equation, 1 for line, 3, standard form. Menu 3, 2, 1, 3. The equal sign is on the right side. Yay! So 2. For minus, you have to put -1. Now let's put -5. Now you can press down to go to the next available space to enter in the next equation, or you could have just pressed enter. When you press enter, it takes the bar away. You would have to press tab to get it back. 3, 1, and 1. We enter for the next equation. Enter. It graphs it for us. Now, what you have to do is compare the graphs. So, we need a y-intercept of 1, and does it cross at 1? Yes, it does. That's a good thing. Now we try the y-intercept on the other one. It crosses at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does it cross at 5? Yes, it does. Let's go and check the x-intercepts. It crosses for the blue line at between -2 and -3. -2, -3. Okay, we check that one. Let's check the x-intercept for the red line. Crosses between 0 and 1. 0 and 1. There you go. Last but not least, let's check the intersection. It happens between 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's between 3 and 4. So, this is our answer. Moving on to number 12. Number 12, the graph below represents a system of equations. I want to know, even though it doesn't state it, which equations below, which system represents this graph. This is x equals, not y equals. X equal will always be a vertical line. Remember, y equals a number is horizontal. So how can we test and see if what we have written down is correct? For this one, let's graph x equals. Let's get a new graph. Okay, so x equals. Well, wait, I'm not supposed to have all those equal signs. What am I doing wrong? This is meant to graph functions. This is not a function. How do you change it? Menu, my action button, graph, equation, line, x equals something, a number, a constant. What does x equal? -1, -2. And then we see it matches what we have, so this is correct, vertical lines, x equal. So I can get rid of this and that. Now, if you solve these for y by hand, you will be able to and remember, when I did that backwards, and that's a bad thing because I did not divide him. I got rid of him. I want to make sure that that's clear. I didn't divide this. I got rid of the 6. I just went that way because I already knew that I was getting rid of him. Wanted to clear that up. I don't want anybody thinking that you divide that off because that is wrong. You do not. You divide off the number by y. And now we're going to reduce. 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into 6 2 times. And put my x, and then that's 1. So now I go to my graph and see, is the b 1? Is the slope -1/2? It is 1. It goes down 1 and right 2. Excuse me. So that is correct. This would be the answer. If you want to see if C is actually correct and maybe you made a mistake on B and you don't want to solve it for Y, you can go to menu 3 2 1 3 and we have what we need. We're going to type in -3, the 6, and then another 6. We press enter and we see the line is going in the other way, a positive slope instead of negative slope. So we know for sure that C is not correct. Number 13. Alex needs to choose a cell phone plan, and plan A charges $25 a month plus $7 a minute. Plan B charges 14 cents a month and no monthly fee. The table below shows charges for both companies for using between 355 minutes and 360 minutes in 1 month. When is Plan A the better deal? I already know that you guys probably started writing the equations, but it doesn't want that. It wants you to look at the table and see when Plan A is cheaper. So here, Plan B is cheaper. Here, Plan B is cheaper. Here, Plan B is still cheaper. But here, Plan A is cheaper. So between 357 minutes and 359 minutes, it's cheaper, which means 358. Okay.